In today's video, we're going to be talking about financial diversification with silver and gold, along with some other assets as well. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and also a little bit of gold, but more so, I wanted to talk about diversification and building yourself a multifaceted financial preparation system. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new.
Make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today
is Monday, June 21st, 2021. Just got back from my 3-day weekend. Some of you might not know, but on Thursday I filmed 4 videos, one for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I can have somewhat of a weekend. I'm the only guy I know who will take off work to do more work. That's right, I got a whole lot of other stuff done. The current spot price of silver as I'm recording the video is $26 even. A green day for silver up 20 cents. And then as for gold, it's $1,783.90. A green day for gold as well, up $20.10. The gold to silver ratio is currently in the 66 to 69 to 1 range. Of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching it. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But today I wanted to talk about diversification with mainly precious metals. I'm going to venture off and talk about some other assets as well because diversification. But I also wanted to mention the importance of having a multifaceted financial preparation system. And what really made me want to talk about diversification today was something that I was reading, and I looked into it. I always pay attention to Warren Buffett and some of the things that he said, and there was one time where he said diversification is protection against ignorance. And that's coming from Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of all time. And we also have to think about it. People diversify their portfolios to reduce risk, but risk reduction is not synonymous to diversification. It's merely a benefit. Less diversification equals higher risk, and higher risk equals higher reward. Yes, that absolutely may be the case, but it's also important to remember that there's no right and wrong way to diversify. I just so happen to be a low risk type of guy, and I'm perfectly okay with that, meaning lower reward. More diversification equals lower risk, and lower risk typically equals lower reward. That's perfectly okay with me. The way I see it, this whole thing that we're in is somewhat of a survival game. Sure, it feels fun to play, and it never feels bad to win, but it's not so much about that. It's about survival, which is why I try to expose myself to the least amount of risk possible, hence why I choose to diversify. So when it comes to the silver and the gold, and also when it comes to these games, there are so many different games to play, there are so many different levels you can play, and silver and gold I consider to be one of those levels. You could actually argue that silver is one level and gold is a completely different level because they are completely different metals for completely different reasons. Silver is what I consider to be almost, in a weird way, an industrial metal disguised as a precious metal, even though it's both. I just happen to think it's more of an industrial metal, and being that it has over 10,000 different uses in all of these different industries and sectors, all these different companies, for all of these different reasons, I see it as more of an industrial metal, but it's definitely a precious metal as well. Gold, that's a completely different ball game. Gold, a beautiful metal as well. Silver, also a gorgeous metal. I choose to stack both. Now, between the two, silver is my precious metal of choice, absolutely. I, in my opinion at least, think it has more potential to grow and perform over time. Gold, I'm not going to say it won't grow. I'm not going to say that I don't believe it'll grow. I just think it would be much slower because I think gold is much more stable. And I think that's why a lot of people turn to gold. They turn to gold for stability during times of economic instability. For example, 1 year ago, arguably the craziest year of my lifetime, arguably the craziest year of a lot of other people's lifetimes, people that are way older than me, they can probably say the same. Potentially, anyway. But I wanted to talk about diversification for a couple of different reasons, and one of those reasons is similar to what I just said about Warren Buffett, protection against ignorance, or a way of reducing risk. And you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. If you put your entire life savings worth of dollars into, let's just say, the bank, checking account, savings account, whatever the case may be, and something goes wrong with the bank, sure, it's FDIC insured. Absolutely. That's why a lot of people consider it safe. And I'm not going to say that it's dangerous. I personally do not believe, and I've been stacking silver and gold for about 3.5 years, and I keep close to nothing in the bank. So this is coming from the perspective of somebody who's been doing things my way for all of this time. I personally don't consider leaving cash in the bank to be necessarily dangerous. I don't think it's at high risk being left in the bank. I don't think there's a very strong chance of it being completely taken away from you. It could be. I'm personally not afraid of that in any way, shape, or form. My fear is the devaluation. My fear is that it gets weaker over time. I'm not a big believer in saving cash. I don't think you should save cash unless, of course, you're saving up to buy something like a car or like a house or something like that, or saving up to make an investment of some sort. I have no problem with that. There's absolutely no way to get your hands on something that you can't afford at the moment without saving up for it. But saving just for the sake of saving, now this is just my opinion over here, I find that to be ludicrous. I find that to be ridiculous. I find that to be beyond foolish because it loses purchasing power over time. If you're saving up for something in the short term, I have no problem with that. If you want to have a cash emergency fund, I think that's an incredible idea. But saving for the sake of saving, I don't think the bank is where your life savings should be, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor though, so nothing on this channel has ever been financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off your conclusions, not mine. But the conclusion that I came to was that I believe that silver is probably a safer bet because the dollar bill, after all, it's currency. And what have we learned time and time and time again? Currencies are, number one, a man-made invention backed by nothing nowadays, not backed by gold anymore. So what is it backed by? Debt, maybe? I don't know. Hopes and dreams? I have no idea. But what have we learned? What have we seen time and time again? We've seen this currency go to zero. We've seen that currency go to zero. All currency goes to zero. It's not really a matter of if, it's more so a matter of when. So the dollar bill is likely to go to zero one day. Will it happen anytime in the near future? I personally don't think so. Will it happen during my lifetime? I kind of don't think so, and I hope to God not, but you never know. But will it happen eventually? I would assume so. Silver and gold, on the other hand, can't go to zero. Silver and gold will always be silver and gold. They will always be relevant. They will always be real. The silver and gold, that's not a man-made invention. Sure, they were minted, but the silver and the gold, those are real, true, honest, tangible assets that you can hold in your hand and have thousands and thousands of years of history. Internationally recognizes money, biblically recognizes money, constitutionally recognizes money, and they're important in so many different industries all around the world. In my opinion, I think that right there stands a little bit better of a chance than a man-made glorified IOU. Silver and gold, payment. The dollar bill, is just merely a promise of payment, or at least that's what it was in the past, and then just became our currency. But it's not just about the precious metals. If you want to further diversify, there's different ways of going about that as well. Now in this video, I'm not going to recommend anybody does anything. I didn't even recommend that you stack silver and gold. This is just from my perspective. You can do whatever you want to do. It does not matter to me. It does not affect me in any way, shape, or form. But in addition to the precious metals, there are other avenues as well. Because the precious metals, I view as a store of value. I don't consider silver and gold being a way to generate or create wealth. I think it's a great way to preserve wealth, but I think if you were looking to create wealth, I think you probably stand a far better chance, or I believe I would stand a far better chance, involving myself in one of three, or two of three, or all three of the following: business, stocks, and real estate. Time and time and time again, that is where real generational wealth has been created, even when the creator of the wealth is no longer here. Business, stocks, and real estate. So, just as a quick little example, I talked about this on Twitter yesterday. One thing a person could do, or it's something to consider, have a little bit of silver, have a little bit of gold, have a little bit of cash flow producing dividend stocks, have a little bit of growth stocks, tech stocks that are pretty much taking over the world right now, have a little bit of land, have yourself a rental property. Now I know it's easier said than done, and I don't have all of these things. I'm just thinking out loud over here. I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about on Twitter, so that's exactly what I tweeted, and I figured it would probably make for an interesting video today. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic when it comes to diversification with your money, when it comes to having multiple assets rather than putting all your eggs in one basket or all your eggs in two baskets. Because you can diversify, and then once you diversify, you can diversify the way you diversify. That's something that I'm looking into right now, and I actually find it pretty fun to think about. I find it pretty fun to research, and I love learning new topics. I love learning new routes that I can take when it comes to money. I like learning about different types of investments, even if I know that they're not exactly for me. Even if I know that it's not something that I personally want to involve myself in, I still think it's fun to learn about. I still think it's fun to talk about. Money is just an interesting topic to me, and that's why I make these videos every day. They're fun to talk about. They're interesting. They create cool conversations, and something that I say in my videos can spark a response back to my video, which gives me an idea. Maybe I gave the person viewing the video an idea, and it's just a win-win for everybody. But when it comes to diversification, number one, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know your thoughts on diversification. But two, and more importantly, you don't need to be rich. You don't need to come from a wealthy family. You don't need to have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars passed down to you. You don't need to have anything like that. I didn't have anything like that, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I currently have that now, because I absolutely do not. I don't make the most impressive income. I'm not rich by any means. There's a reason I work 7 days a week. I need the currency so that I can take the currency and hopefully get myself some money. But it doesn't take a lot to get started. It doesn't cost a whole lot of fiat to buy yourself a really small plot of land. It doesn't need to be a 30-acre farm. It could be a small plot of land, which you can lease out to somebody who uses the land for farming purposes. And it generates a little bit of cash flow for you. The farmer's doing the farming. You're not doing the farming. All you're doing is owning that little teeny tiny piece of land, and you're getting paid for it. Or a rental property. Obviously that costs a little bit more than a small plot of land, but if you buy a house and you rent it out to people, it's a cash flow producing asset. Dividend stocks, a cash flow producing asset. You'll know that every quarter or every month or every whatever, that dividend payment's going to come through. Exponentially growing growth stocks and tech stocks. They might not pay a dividend all the time, but they're taking over. might not be paid in the form of dividends, but you'll be paid in the form of capital gains. And guess what? You don't have to pay any taxes on that unless you sell, or until you sell, rather. It also doesn't take a whole lot of currency to start stacking silver and gold as well. So that's what I want to do in today's video. I want to talk a little bit about everything. I want to talk a little bit about business stocks, real estate, and most importantly, the precious metals.
And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. A bunch of brand new videos over there. I posted one about China banning cryptocurrency, one about AT&T cutting its dividend, other videos about real estate, videos about silver, videos about gold, and a bunch of others. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, last but not least, the brand new DYDSS Karen Free Zone t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug.
My name is not Karen.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again.
What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to financial diversification or creating yourself a multifaceted financial preparation system. I've talked about multifaceted preparation systems with ways of purifying water and preserving fruits and vegetables for an extended period of time, and having your own portable power station and portable cooking stoves, which, by the way, those 4 items will all be linked in the description. But I've talked about that, but I've never talked about a multifaceted financial preparation system before. So that's what I wanted to do in today's video. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.